Hey coaches, it is team call and nobody has gotten on. So I don't know if everybody forgot about it or maybe this time's just not working for everybody, but I am going to do it anyway, even if I'm just on here by myself. So I have committed to making these happen and I want to stick to that commitment. So I'm going to record this and post it on the page. And for all of you that couldn't get on, maybe you can take some time and listen to it. I'm going to go over 10 tips to help coaches be successful. Listening to Carl's call on the National Wake Up Call yesterday, it totally energized me to do what I can to help coaches. And we have a lot of new coaches on this team who I know would be amazing at this and just need a little bit of a push. So I found these 10 tips. They're from Barbie Decker, or Barbie Khalib. She's Soggy's wife from Body Beast. She's a Beachbody coach, and she posted these 10 tips. She's an amazing person. I love following her, and everything she says just makes sense. So I just wanted to share this. I'm going to go over these 10 tips, and then if you guys have questions or comments, you can post them in the notes below after I post this on our page. So her number one tip, I'm just going to go through them. Coaches who succeed take 100% responsibility for their success or failure. This means that you don't wait for your sponsor to make them successful. You can't sit and wait for your upline, whether it be the coach that signed you or your Star Diamond upline, to come to you and say, okay, let's make you a success. You are taking the reins and you are running with it. And that's exactly how I built my business. I did not wait. I had help from my upline learning the ropes, but I did not sit and wait for them to come to me. I went out and I found them and I found stuff. I was on the website every single day learning. I never stopped learning. I never stopped learning until I had been over every square inch of that back office and learned everything I could possibly do to keep my business going. So that's really important that you take that initiative. Don't blame others, including coaches, spouses, or customers, or the lack of Beachbody coach training. There's so much out there for you to learn from. If you want to succeed, you can succeed. Successful coaches understand it's up to them. And despite any life obstacles that might come your way, you are doing it. I do hear excuses from coaches often, not even just on our team, from outside of our team. I'm part of a lot of different other team pages. And life does get tough. Things come up. I totally get that. But trust me, life's tough for me too. Life's tough for Lindsay Matway. Life's tough for Melanie Mitro. You just have to make that choice to push through those difficulties. And the one thing that's really helped me do that is I try to look at it this way. This is my job. If I had a job outside of the house and something happened in my personal life that was difficult, I couldn't just not show up to work. I would have to show up to work because I get fired. And I treat my business the same way. I never just not show up. You have to be here. Her number 2 tip, coaches who succeed are engaged. This is huge. And I think our team is perfect proof of this. The coaches on our team that engage on our page, engage in their pages, engage on their like page, they make progress in their business. They engage with their team in private groups by listening to team calls, by actively participating in Beachbody coach trainings, by connecting with others with positive-minded members on the group. You can also engage with Team Beachbody Network by listening to the National Wake Up Call on Mondays, by participating in events such as Super Saturday, which is coming up, and Team Cup, which is coming up the next month. Unsuccessful coaches try to go at it alone. Thus, you end up feeling alone. If you feel alone as a coach, remember, it's your choice. Make a commitment to engage and stay engaged. Together, we are stronger. So the only thing I want to add to this is that if you feel alone, like she says, if you feel alone, it's a choice. I and other coaches who have sponsored you guys onto the team can't spend our time chasing you down and making you feel like you're welcomed into this team. You need to reach out to us. We have anybody that makes any comment about needing help or being supported, we are here for you. But with 250 coaches in our downline, it's so difficult to know who's ready and who's not ready. So be ready and engage and reach out. Her number 3 tip, coaches who succeed not only make personal development a part of their daily routine and Beachbody coach training, they also apply what they learn. And you've heard us preach personal development on this team over and over and over again. It's huge. Personally, let me tell you, this week has been a tough week for me business-wise. I've made some mistakes that I wasn't aware of, and they've cost me big time. And it's humbled me this week. For one that I'll share with you is I was mixed up on my personal volume and my volume points, and my Shakeology order didn't ship when it should have. And that caused me last month to not hit Success Club. Even though I had the Success Club points, I was not hit Success Club because my volume points were too low. And after 23 months of hitting it, I would have been a legend this month. And I'm not going to get it. I got to start all the way over. And I will be honest with you, I was devastated last night. And you know what I did? I pulled out some personal development and spent about an hour just reading and listening and recentering myself so that I could realize what's important in this business. And it's not about legend. It's not about titles. It's about helping people. So personal development is huge for you to be in the right mental mindset to handle what comes your way in this business. Unsuccessful coaches are either inconsistent with their personal development practice, or they are consistent, but they don't apply what they learn. The result is wasted time and frustration. A consistent routine of personal development buffers you from the obstacles and discouraging moments you encounter in your journey as a Beachbody coach. And my example is a perfect example of that. Beachbody coaching is a roller coaster. You're going to have highs and you're going to have lows. And if you're not reading your personal development and you're not applying it into your life, those lows are going to devastate you and they're going to end your business. So please find personal development that works for you. You need to reach out and find someone that works, someone you like, someone that touches you, and stick with it every single day. Our number 4 tip, coaches who succeed see failure as an opportunity and learn and grow from it. This was some tough love I went through last night with the issues I've had with my business this week. Lots of failure. And coming into Summit, you're on such a high about reaching out to new coaches, and you just have this exciting thing happening, and having all of this negative failure stuff come at me. It was really tough. But I sat down last night and I told myself, you know what? I need to learn from this. I need to, 1, never let it happen again. Figure out what happened and how it happened and not ever let that happen again. And 2, use it as a learning experience for my team. Share it with you guys so that you know we're all imperfect. We all make mistakes, but we grow and learn from them and move on. Successful coaches ask themselves such questions as, what can I learn from this experience? How can I improve upon this? What can I do differently moving forward? Unsuccessful coaches are quick to claim defeat, to blame the system or the Beachbody coach training or others or even ourselves. So, for example, they might say, this system or Beachbody coach training may work for others, but it just doesn't work for me. Instead, you should go at it this way. What feedback is this experience giving me so that I may grow from it? Who can I ask for feedback regarding my approach? Remember, every experience we have is an opportunity to grow. Tip number 5 from Barbie Decker. Coaches who succeed look at successful coaches as a way to get inspired, to deepen their belief, and to learn from them. They also ask themselves, if they did it, why can't I do it? Coaches who don't succeed use others' success as a ruler against which to measure their own shortcomings and to affirm their self-limiting beliefs. Whether you choose to get inspired or feel defeated, you look at other successful coaches or people, and it's entirely up to you how you transpose that to yourself. This is a common thing coaches get sucked into, is the compare game. And I am just as guilty about it as anyone else. It's really difficult sometimes when you start moving up your own leadership ladder and then you start seeing other people who started before you did or right around the same time or after you did, who are just blowing up their business like nobody's, business. It's crazy. So you can't do that. Everybody's circumstances are different. We all learn different. We all run our business different. We all have different friends. We all have different families. So you can't compare yourself. What you need to do is to be able to look at those people and say, if they did it, I can do it. And leave it at that. Tip number 6, coaches who succeed understand that being a successful coach is about empowering others, not empowering yourself. To build a successful team and to be a great coach and mentor, the focus has to be on helping other people reach their goals. Whether those be fitness or financial goals, that's where your focus should be. Coaches who don't succeed never learn this lesson. Zig Ziglar said, you can get everything in life you want if you can just help enough other people get what they want. And that is so true. If you want to succeed, focus on truly helping other people. You will find that this is where not only the fortune lies, but also where fulfillment lies. And this is one of the things that really helped me last night, and I think it was a blessing that came my way. Right in the midst of feeling really sorry for myself, I started getting a ton of messages from my new law enforcement wife group that I'm running, and people asking for guidance and help and support. And I completely forgot about the negative stuff that had been happening in my day and was just totally focused on helping these ladies. And within an hour or two, I was like, this is what I need to be doing. This is where my focus needs to be. Who cares if I'm not an all-star legend? If something can flitter away that quickly, it's not important. So the importance is helping these ladies learn, or helping your challengers learn, or helping your coaches grow. That's where the focus needs to be. Number 7, coaches who succeed do whatever it takes to find the time to work their business and to engage in their Beachbody coach training. This one's huge, and I think it's really one of the number one issues we find on the coaches with this team. We all have busy lives and great intentions, but it's hard. It's really hard to find that time to focus on your business. I truly 100% in my heart believe the reason that I have been as successful as I have been is from the day I signed up, I dedicated 2 hours every single day to grow my business, no matter what. It was important to me, and that's what I did without question. Even if it meant staying up late at night, even if it meant getting up early in the morning, I set something reasonable. 2 hours to me was completely reasonable, and I did it every day. If your schedule is packed with work and family obligations, you need to be willing to get up earlier or stay up later to work your business. There's nothing else to say about that. You need to understand that you must sacrifice now in order to reap big rewards later. Unsuccessful coaches blame lack of time as a reason as to why you can't work your Beachbody coach training, and that's why you're not successful. We run these training groups and we do these calls, and all of the support we give you, it's because it's important. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't be spending our time doing it. These are the things that we did to get to where we are, and it needs to be a priority. Number 8, coaches who succeed are consistent in their business activities. Yes, even when life gets tough, and we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, inconvenient and sometimes painful life interruptions happen to everyone. We or people and pets we love get sick. Our cars break down. Our house gets flooded. You name it, it happens. Something can always come up. Coaches who succeed understand this, and while their Beachbody coach training and activities may have to slow down for certain periods of time, those who succeed never stop working their business. They make sure to stick to the fundamental activities in their business, always remembering and reminding themselves of their larger purpose of wanting to work their business. It kind of goes back to what I said earlier about if you had a full-time job outside of the house and something like this happens, you might take a day or two off to deal with it and clean up a mess or, whatever, travel, whatever you need to do, but you have to go back to it. And it's the same with your Beachbody business. You have to remember this is a job and you're trying to earn a living and you want to create a future. You can't ignore it. Coaches who don't succeed have a stop and go approach. They work often furiously when life feels balanced and steady, but then stop working their business whenever something happens or interrupts their flow. As such, they never are able to gain full momentum required to keep going and growing. And this is something I've seen happen to coaches on our team. And it's not something that I can reach out at the time and say, call attention to it, because it's always a touchy subject. They're going through something difficult, and all I can do is offer support. But in the moments of clarity you have now, when you're not in the middle of crisis, you need to remind yourself that this is important, it's a priority, and you can't stop. You have to keep going. Coaches who succeed have a vision of what they want and set clear goals. This is something I think our team does amazingly well. We've always been a very goal-focused team. How can you succeed at something if you don't know what you're going after? Bill Copland says, the trouble with not having a goal is that you spend your life running up and down the field and never score. Without a clear vision of why you want to be successful as a Beachbody coach, it's easy to let life circumstances derail you, and it's easy to spend a lot of time being busy and not being productive. Get clear on what you want, the type of life you want to lead, the kind of person you want to be, and why you want it. Why is such an important part of this business, and it's something that we focus on in a lot of our training and team calls. Never forget your why. Once you have that clarity, set goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And we go over this quite often, at least every quarter on this team. And many of us share our goals weekly on our page. So I'm really proud of our team in this aspect, that I know we have clear vision on what we want. Finally, number 10, coaches who succeed exhibit unwavering commitment. Coaches who succeed come to the point where they make a decision that they're going to succeed. And when they make this decision, they do. If a coach is wishy-washy about his or her future success or whether she'll stick around as a coach in a year or two, chances are you're not going to be here. Coaches who succeed remove the "I'll try" or "I'll give it a shot" from their vocabulary. They replace terms with "I will" and "I must." When something goes wrong, such as an order gets messed up or one of their team members quits unexpectedly, or someone quits unexpectedly, those who succeed don't let it get to them. They don't let the matters, big or small, defeat them or derail them. Decide, commit, succeed. That's Beachbody's tagline. That's what we need to focus on. And I just wanted to share those 10 tips because I think Barbie Decker does such an amazing job of summing it up in 10 simple steps. And out of those 10, I've seen coaches on our team, and when I say team, I'm talking our upline down, not just on our smaller team, fall away from this business. Great coaches who would be amazing at this fall away from this business just because of these little distractions. And it upsets me because I know the potential this business has. We all go through tough times. We all don't hit our goals when we want to at times, and we all hit goals earlier than we plan to. So I just want to leave it at that, and I'm going to wrap this call up since I'm the only one on it. Hopefully you all get a chance to watch it. I'd love some feedback. Also would love some feedback on call time. If the reason people aren't on is this is a bad time, I'm willing to try to work with that. So for those of you going to Summit, I want to remind you we are doing a Summit call tonight. I've sent privately the link to each of you, so please get on that call if you're going to Summit. I will record it. Hopefully, you never know with technology, but it's going to be a quick recap from Molly and I, and then you guys are going to be free to answer or ask all of the questions you have about going to Summit. So hopefully we'll all be ready and comfortable by the time that call's over. You all have a great afternoon. We'll talk to you soon.